I watched, I think it's called Maxine's Baby, the Tyler Perry documentary. I don't know if y'all saw that on
Yeah,
Amazon
I
or
saw a
Prime.
little bit of it.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I
It was
didn't
interesting.
see it.
Yeah, it was
Well,
interesting.
you didn't see it, but what'd you think based on what you saw?
What I remember or what I
Yeah.
saw.
So he said what he remembers. So that means it wasn't that it just wasn't a memorable
I
thing
just
to
happened
you.
to walk. Lisa was watching it, and I
Oh, okay.
just happened to walk on it. You know what I mean? And I was seeing the ending of it, but you know, it was definitely an ode to his mother.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's a good documentary. What I
yeah,
saw,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I watched. I didn't finish it, but I got through most of it. I didn't finish it because I had something else to do, and I just haven't gotten back to it yet. Because I really thought it was a good documentary, and I know, you know, the whole topic about Tyler Perry's ability to be able to effectively and positively represent our community has been polarizing. The discussions around it have been very polarizing because people often think, particularly us as men, black men, strong-minded black men, we feel like uh dressing those actors that play roles where they're women and they have to dress up as women is sort of compromising who they are um as men, and it's obviously not doing anything for for the reputation of black men in the community. So and I think, for me, I felt that way somewhat about Tyler Perry. I've always appreciated Tyler Perry because as a writer, I just appreciate how how he's just able to. It's almost like he has like this divine thing with him in terms of being able to write um, scripts. You know what I mean? Like he gets through them in such a fast way. It's just crazy. Um, so with the Medea character, I've always thought that Medea was very funny and very familiar. But I was a bit torn because I'm like, well, couldn't he get somebody else to play this woman, or this character, this familiar black woman that so many of us know, particularly if you have if your ancestry is rooted in the South, in the American South.
Uh-huh.
Um, but then and watching his story, I had this really interesting premonition, and that is the reason why somebody like Tyler Perry can play um, a woman like Medea is because if you watch the documentary, you recognize you know the strained and abusive relationship he had with his father, right? Um, or the person that he was raised to think was his father. Um, and he didn't have any positive male black role models. So the ones that were positive in his life were women. So when it comes time for him to write these scripts and express himself in a way that pays homage to the people from our community, the only person that he can truly look towards and elevate and celebrate is the black woman, particularly the elderly matriarch Madea uh, persona. So it gave me some context because I was like, oh, I get it. You know what I mean? So now if I'm thinking about that more broadly and the implications of it, I'm like, this is the case for a lot of young black males coming up in our community. And it's been that way for a really long time. There is an obvious absence of positive black male role models in the community. So should we be blaming young black males for celebrating uh the um the love of of the matriarchs in their family, the black woman matriarchs in their family, because that's all they know. Like they can't pattern themselves off of black males, positive black males, because they're not there, right? So I just think it's an interesting take and I have a newfound respect for Tyler Perry, and certainly a newfound understanding of, the things that motivate him to create the stuff that he's created. Where in so many cases there is a celebration of the black woman. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
How could you know if you never knew? I could have sworn I heard something allegedly that he was molested by a male and a female. So he didn't know
Yeah.
what to be, or he couldn't understand his sexuality.
Well, I didn't hear that part of it, but I do know he did mention some type of sexual molestation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, and truthfully, I was doing other things while I was watching it, so there was key moments that I was really tuned into, and others not so much, but I was listening.
Like I said, how could you know if you never knew? I
Yeah,
know it was a scenario that I witnessed. It was a lot of attention focused on these two kids.
yeah,
They were the same age,
okay,
and everything was adorable on the aspect of the female,
okay.
because the boy and the girl.
Hmm.
Can't do no wrong. She do silly things, and hey, look this! Oh, it's so beautiful, right? The boy come around, get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, that. That's fucked up. You know what I mean? And there's a
Yeah,
lot of boys. There was a lot of male figures, male energy
yeah.
that's around this kid. So one day, the girl decided she wanted to put on the grandmother's shoes, right?
The girl decided she wanted to put on a girl. Okay, gotcha. I
Yeah.
got you.
So and she was like honored and hugged, and it was so cute. So the boy decided he wanted to put on a grandmother's shoes too.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And somebody said, "Oh my God, he's gonna be a faggot." You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, I can't tell.
yeah,
There's so many male figures out here.
yeah.
Why isn't anybody showing him what manhood is, or
Hmm.
what identity is of being a male? You
Right,
know,
right,
because
right.
they're open canvas, so they're receiving it. They know that he saw what I peeped is that he saw that whatever she did, she got that type of return of love.
That's right. Yeah,
So he had to try to discover that same type of return of love.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By
It,
emulating.
in a way that was practical to him, which is I'm gonna just do the same thing that she's doing because I want the same type of
Yeah,
attention.
attention,
Right.
and he got like an adverse effect of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
How damaging is that to a young black male? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is the future looking like? You know what I mean? When we grow up, you know what I'm saying? Posture, make you identify whether you was a male or a female. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if your hand was a little bit limp, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah.
yo, light it up.
Right. Right. Well,
You know
what do
what I'm
we? I think we used to refer to it as, which this is. Listen, people don't take this seriously. The reality is we lived in a day and age where the perception of things and the acceptance and tolerance of
saying?
you know language was vastly different. So I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
we used to like call it scarf. Don't give me the scarf hand. I don't want to see the scarf hand.
I've never heard that term.
You didn't hear that one.
I heard sissy, I heard faggot, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I heard,
swish.
yeah,
Yeah,
fish, you know what I'm
yes,
saying? I heard a lot of stuff, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And they all derogatory languages and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was something, oh man, I can't be that, you know? So just the
yeah,
pressure of somebody that probably was that, you know what I mean? To try to hide that too, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like I'm glad that they able to live their truth. You know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely,
So
definitely.
yeah, live your truth.
Live
For
your
real,
truth. Live your truth.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But yeah, but you're talking about like I don't know what Tyler Perry went through, like because I didn't watch the whole movie,
yeah,
but I don't know exactly what he went through, why he chose that. But so many comedians have put on a dress.
yeah, yeah. And
You know what
and
I mean?
and listen, I think I don't know. I find that we tend to be very judgmental in our community.
Hmm.
I think black people are just overly judgmental, and I don't know if it's because niggas got just the God complex. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I think the reality is that none of us um none of us bear the right to pass judgment on anyone.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So if Martin Lawrence or Eddie Murphy or Tyler Perry or Kevin Hart or whoever it is decides that there's a good role like they want to explore and it requires them assuming the identity of a female, they should do it, and they should be able to do it without the community judging them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, the
Up and
reality,
down for that one for me.
huh?
It's up and down for that one. I'm
Okay.
listening to what you're
So
saying.
so what I was gonna say is that when you think about uh what acting is, it really is an expression of creativity and exploration of self too, because depending on the role, it requires people to really go deep and get really introspective about themselves and their own idiosyncrasies and hangups to
Mm.
be able to tap into something that is truly emotional to help them sort of get the best experience out in terms of portraying the person that they're portraying. So if we're saying that it all is fundamentally creativity, then Martin, Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry, whoever else it is, putting on a dress and playing a woman, you know, Wesley Snipes, they should be able to do it. And the thing is that if it's something that you don't want to see, you have the option to just not go see it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think,
I think Martin played the hell out of the Shanae, man.
yeah, Shanae, but
But
he
he,
also did Big Mama's House too. Remember?
yeah, and then that's what I'm saying. I'm like going like this with it.
Okay.
Like, what you think, Mo? I'm sorry. I ain't hear you, man. What's up?
Hey, to each his own. The brothers got to do what they got to do to make their money, but that's something I wouldn't do. I'm not putting on no dress. Like at the end of the day, maybe you never know. Like you already got millions and you got millions in bills, and they telling you going to be giving you $25 million to wear a dress, and your bills is already adding up to millions. Is you gonna put on a dress, all right, or not? You know what I'm saying? So it depends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My take, like I don't even watch that much TV no more. My girl say that shit. Like I don't even watch sports. I watch the Super Bowl. That's it all season. Like and not because I'm not on my bro shit. It's just that other shit that people entertained by. I'm not entertained with no more. Like I don't even watch certain movies. Like I like my old movies. A lot of the new movies, new TVs, and Hollywood and all that shit ain't my script. That
Yeah.
ain't my script. Like I could talk about some street shit, some working shit, some car shit, some engineer shit, but them motherfuckers and that dressing up and dressing, that's what made me not like a lot of my favorite actors when I seen that that's what they had to degrade themselves to do what they had to do. Hey, to each his own, like I said, but I didn't find none of their roles entertaining when they wore dressed up like a female.
Got
Maybe
it.
Shanae. Maybe
Got it.
Shanae. Like I never got into the Tyler Perry scripts. I watch the news. I get up in the morning, I turn the news on, I take a shower. I want to see what's going on where I'm at. That's
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
watch the
Yeah.
news, I turn the news on at night. Besides that, or I watch a show that my girl is watching to appease her.
Yeah.
And some shows that she watched. I started watching this show. I can't even tell brothers, a lot of brothers, I started watching this show called All the Queen's Men.
Oh,
A
I've,
bunch of
I've seen
men,
the commercials for that before. I've
I
never
know
a
some.
watched
bunch of male strippers, and the plot is good.
it.
Bunch of male strippers in it. But like I can't even tell y'all brothers I watched that with my lady, but it's out there. Yeah, I watch All the Queen's Men. It's a good show. I like Eva.
Yo,
I like the light skinned dude that Tyler was talking about, maybe talking about Tyler Perry. He's in the show. And a couple other dudes. I like the plot of the movie, but that dressing up like women, Wesley Snipes, Will Smith, all of whoever they all did it, man. Hey, listen, kudos to them. I'm glad they did what they had to do to feed their family,
Right.
but it's just something I'm not doing, or I wouldn't see me doing unless I was in their shoes. Like
Got
right
it.
now, from nothing to something. You're not gonna get me to wear a dress from nothing to something. Like I don't need it. I'm good. I got a job. I work 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? I gave up the streets. I gave up a lot of things. I gave up fame because I didn't like that environment. I gave up chasing that dollar, that music, and all that shit because I didn't like that environment. I didn't like how the crabs in the brow, the niggas, what everybody got to say, quote unquote. I don't like that. That he say, she say gossip. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I never really partaked in it, man. But like I said, my takes on that is to each his own, man. To each his
Feel
own,
you.
man.
Feel you. Aki was gonna say something.
All right, so it was a cartoon on PBS. And my son, like, we was watching TV because he used to love Sid the Science Kid. That was like, man, like I used to watch him run around before he go to school, and he just run around singing the song and stuff like that, and I loved it. But then they popped in with this kid, this kid of color, and he was he went to the trash. He went to the trash or something like that, and he found a pink ring.
Okay.
And when he put the pink ring on, he turned into a female superhero.
Wow.
And my son was like, "What is that?" I said, "Son, you ain't gonna watch
In the cartoon."
In the cartoon. So like, that was strange for him because he's a blank canvas. Like he doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but he knows that something's not right about that.
Right.
And it's crazy. Like I don't want to say like okay, you're doing it for your money. I mean, because I just know that everybody that was stars that we grew up on, they wore a dress. And once they wore a dress, their career superseded more than any other like star. And it's allegedly, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But from my observation of what I've seen and the collective of, I guess, the algorithm that comes to me about every star that did this became super successful.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I look at it on the aspect of, since it's like a lack of masculine men, like we talked about with James Evans and stuff like that. You know what I mean? James Evans,
Yeah.
that you would think that they would have more father figures that were, saying in a masculine role, and it would show a lot of men that's in their a feminine role.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to men on media.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, do you think that there's a requirement for male actors to assume the role or take on the role of a woman in order for their careers to catapult?
For black male actors?
I would say for black male actors, because that's what we're talking about specifically.
Yeah, for black male actors, it just, I mean, I'm not saying that it is, but I ain't saying that it ain't.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to get to this next level? Hey, I need you to wear a dress.
Yeah.
Chappelle talks about it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very adamantly. Cat talks about it very adamantly about the decisions they make, you know what I'm saying, just to get where they need to get to. Because when I saw Kevin Hart wear the dress on Saturday Night Live, I said, yep, they got him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I may be wrong. Maybe he just wanted.
They got the little man.
Right. Maybe he just wanted to express his actorial skills.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, Cuba, he did it. He played a gay guy. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if I've seen Cuba dress, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, what movie was that?
That's crazy.
He was tricking a chick that making it seem like he was gay, but he really wasn't gay. He just wanted to be
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's always seemed like it's always the black male actors that's doing it. So when Tyler came out with Madea, what he played the fuck out of her. Like he was like Tyler Perry Madea was like Martin Lawrence Shanae. Like you didn't
agree. I
didn't realize that you forgot that they were men.
Yeah, but you know what though? Yeah, no, you're right. But I think to Tyler Perry's credit, in his portrayal of Madea or him playing Madea over the years, I think for for Martin Lawrence playing Shanae, it was purely comedic to convey some type of comedic value.
Uh-huh.
And not to say Medea is not funny. She's funny as hell. And there's definitely a comedic element to it. But I think also too, Tyler Perry's willingness to play Medea and explore that character is to give grace and celebrate those matriarch figures in our community that
Right.
for so long they just haven't been celebrated, right? And when
Facts.
they are talked about, particularly in the past, they're always these very pensive, obedient women and house servants. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? As maids or um,
Mammies.
mammies, right? Specifically to elite white folks, particularly back in the day. Medea has this is very familiar because she's one of those women that she has a loving side. She looks like the Medeas that we grew up with, those big old women, but then also too,
Easy.
yeah, I was thinking about her, right, right, but then also too, she doesn't hold her tongue. You know what I mean? And she doesn't have a filter, so she'll tell you how it is, which is, and I mean, now that we think about it now as adults, it's one of the remarkable characteristics of those women, right? Because in the era where they had to really adhere to a filter and and not say much, even though they were burning to say things, they had to hold it back just because of fear of getting in trouble with the cracker. You know what I mean? The white devil. So I think I understand how it's a polarizing thing, but I think in the case of Tyler Perry, it's just important to note that you can't expect young black boys to celebrate and elevate what they don't see. If there was more of us black men in the community doing what we're supposed to do,
Preach,
and we're
brother.
being examples, and not to say that we're not, because there are a lot of us doing it, but
Uh-huh.
then there's also a huge absence of us in the community.
Uh-huh.
So when kids get of age and they want to celebrate the people that loved them and raised them and was there for them and showed them unconditional love, sometimes all they have is their grandmothers because
Uh-huh.
their mothers is not around. Or sometimes all they have is their aunts or their elderly whoever. You know what I mean? That's the
Or
matriarch. So
Do you think that
or they don't have that. Maybe they got just the gang. Maybe they
or they have
maybe
the
they don't have that. Maybe they just got the gang, and that's why some of these
you're
niggas
right?
is
You're right.
yeah,
they
You're
where
absolutely
they
right.
are right now. Gang
right.
this, gang that, on the dead homies, on the dead this. They ain't had that mother figure, that loving figure to show them, like, you know what I mean? Even though I grew
Yeah,
up on I have a double-edged sword growing up. I had a good
They
side
was
and I
looking
had a
for
bad
people.
side.
People
I
looking
just
for love.
chose to go to the
Okay.
bad side. You feel
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
But you was
That's
looking for love. You was looking for love in
yeah,
all the wrong
yeah.
places, though. You know what I'm
That's what it
saying?
was. Looking for love in all the wrong. How
Mm-hmm.